Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to upload yesterday's video from Monday and it's not working. Anyways, I was able to watch the video from Sex and Dating. This is a new study that we're going over, and I watched the video. I'm about to head out to meet Brother Mike at El Pollo Loco, and I'll come back and study the video that I just watched and go over the scripture that we're going to go over for tomorrow. So yeah, to get from our church office to the convention takes about 15 minutes, and that's even with using the freeway, maybe even less, I don't know. I might be a little late because it's 9:52 right now, and I am barely on Cedar and Tulare, passing by my old school, Roosevelt High School. Yeah, that's where I came from. I am a product of that school. Whether I'm a good product or a bad product maybe will be up to you. Okay, so we are on Shaw Avenue. It is 10:01. That means I'm 1 minute late. But it's not it's just kind of a flexible meeting. So it's not like Mike's gonna fire me or anything. They have just redone everything in this building, so they made it look a little bit nicer. So this is like a little waiting area that they have. Restrooms are redone, offices are redone. Very nice. We're waiting for Mike. This is Mike's office. This is where he sleeps. Doesn't really work. He says he works here, but this is really his sleeping area. Just got done with the meeting with Brother Mike. We're now eating at El Pollo Loco. Youth ministers go out to you too. Mike, if there's one thing you gotta say about Pollo Loco, what would it be?
The soup is bomb, the chicken is bomb, and us youth ministers can actually afford this food.
So there you go, Pollo Loco, great place to eat. I'm probably the only person who orders fries at a Pollo Loco. But yeah, it's all good. After this, going back to the office, working on Wednesday night Bible study. I'm actually going to listen to a CD right now of this past Sunday service here at El Encino. I was kind of bummed out. I wanted to be here to share about our Phoenix mission trip that we had during the summer. But instead, two of our youth, Emmanuel and Josue, kind of gave the testimony on behalf of the group. So I didn't get to hear it, so I kind of want to see how they did, how they spoke in front of the congregation. It's kind of hard to hear.
It was all for the better. And what I learned is that God uses all of us, and we feel like this was...
They did a good job speaking. I'm glad that they went on this mission trip, and I'm glad that they have learned something. I would hope that more people would be mission-minded and just live the life that God has called them to live on a daily basis instead of on a once or twice a week basis. We need to be mission-minded. If we're not mission-minded, we won't be thinking about those who are lost and those who we need to show God's love to.
God's one big task for the world was to make disciples of every nation so that in every tongue they could say and spread the love of God.
So yeah, I just got done. Hold on, there's a smudge on the camera. I gotta get off. It's all smudgy. Okay, I just got done listening to the testimony of three of my students, Lauren, Josue, and Emmanuel. It just so happens to be the Sundays that I'm gone. Three of my youth got a chance to speak about their mission trips. Lauren went to East Asia, and Josue and Emmanuel went with me to Phoenix, Arizona, or Buckeye, Arizona. And I like to be there when they speak because I get a chance to see how maybe they're maturing, how they're speaking about God. And so I listened to the audio of those testimonies, and they did really well. I'm really proud of them. It's kind of one of the joys of being a youth minister, to see your students flourishing and growing. And so I was glad to be able to hear that. Yeah, that was great. That was awesome. So that kind of gets me pumped up. So yeah, I got done with the meeting with Mike. Me and Mike are going to collaborate and put together this fellowship night that's going to go on in his church in Madera. We're going to do a talent night. It's called So You Think You Have Talent. Do you think you have talent? Can you do anything special? Most people can. And so we'll be talking a little bit about talents and gifts, and there's going to be some worship, different people bringing their talents, singing, doing solos, putting together skits, whether they're funny skits or skits with a message. We're just going to come together and have one big fellowship among the Hispanic churches, and so that's what the meeting was for. I'm going to kind of be the MC for that fellowship, going to kind of do a little bit of comedy and introducing of people and different talents. It's going to be a fun night, so I'm glad that Brother Mike's getting me involved in this fellowship. It's going to happen August 21st. She arranges that, and so she'll be back on Thursday or Friday. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, thank you. Our secretary is out of town right now. I'm camping with some of her tutoring kids, so I am the secretary for today. I'm the youth minister and secretary. I have 2 jobs for part-time pay. I think I'm going to turn off the camera now, because all you're going to see is a bunch of reading, a bunch of writing. Hence, I'm preparing for a Bible study. So, something I like to do, and you probably get bored watching me do it. So, see you in a little bit. There's a huge roach in my office. It's just crawling out of nowhere. I'm gonna have to kill it. Oh, I hate roaches. I hate roaches. Oh, look at that. Went under all this stuff. I got it. That was gross. I hate roaches. That was a huge one. Gilbert 1, roaches 0. Okay, I just finished studying our study, Sex and Dating. This coming Wednesday is going to be a good study about what's the role of dating. Now, the story is going to be in Hosea chapter 11, verses 1 through 3. Talks about God loving Israel. Israel was God's baby. And the more he called Israel, the farther they went. And Israel started trusting or started doing Baal worship. One moment. Balancino Baptist Church. No, this is a youth minister. Fundraiser. About 40. You know what? I've been presented with this already, but we're not interested at this time. Yeah, but thank you. Okay. Bye-bye. Fundraisers with one of those plastic cards, like the credit card looking ones. I hate rejecting people. You don't want to sound rude, but at the same time you don't want to waste their time because you know you're not gonna go with their fundraiser. So where was I? Hosea. So yeah, the people of Israel started doing Baal worship, and Baal supposedly had a husband or a wife called Asherah, and according to the Baal worship, how it goes is when Baal and Asherah have sex, it makes their crops grow. And so Baal are basically people who idolize or worship fertility or sex. And so Israel had a plan, God had a plan for Israel. They knew God's commands, and yet they're going into this country, or they're going into these people called the Canaanites who worship sex. And so it was a big temptation for Israel. And so we're learning, we live in a culture that worships sex, and as God's people, how can we enter into this culture but still stay or maintain our relationship with Christ, maintain his standards, and respect the boundaries that God gave us for sex? Because sex is a good thing that God has given us, but we got to make sure that we don't fall into temptation in this world that worships sex. So opinions on it's going to be fun. Sex and dating.
Now
It is about 11:40. We are at my mom's washing clothes because we do not have a washer and dryer hookup in our apartment. So we decided to come over here, spend some time over here. We helped clean the yard a little bit, and mostly my wife. And I was uploading a video from yesterday's vlogging. So we're tired, huh, Papa?
Yeah.
And we're ready to go to sleep. So you guys have a good night too. Say bye.
Bye.
Say bye, Marley.
Bye, Marty.
Not you. Ugh, don't lick it. Doggo slobbery.